In 1984, during what should have been a quiet congressional campaign in Pennsylvania, an unexpected voice filled the airwaves. It wasn't a political rival attacking candidate Nancy Kulp. It was her former co-star from the Beverly Hillbillies. The man America trusted as the kind-hearted Jed Clampett, Buddy Ebsen. For Nancy Kulp, the attack wasn't just political, it was deeply personal. And in many ways it confirmed something she had lived with for decades, that professionalism, restraint, and silence don't always earn respect. But to understand that moment, we have to go back long before Hollywood, long before Miss Jane Hathaway, to a childhood shaped by discipline. Born in 1921 in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Nancy was raised in a household where education and order came first. Her father worked as a federal tax officer. Her mother was a teacher and later a principal. Motion wasn't discouraged, it simply wasn't prioritized. Achievement mattered. Precision mattered. Self-control mattered. Nancy didn't enter Hollywood chasing glamour. She entered armed with intellect. She studied journalism at Florida State College for Women and pursued graduate studies in English and French at the University of Miami. Words mattered to her. Accuracy mattered. Structure mattered. During World War II, she served as an officer in the U.S. Navy waves, working in administrative and aviation training roles. Their mistakes weren't forgiven. Competence was survival. That military precision would become her lifelong armor. When Nancy transitioned into Hollywood in the early 1950s, she didn't burst onto the scene. She worked steadily. Small but meaningful roles in films like Shane, A Star is Born, The Three Faces of Eve, and The Parent Trap showcased her intelligence and restraint. She was rarely the center of attention, but she was never forgettable. Then in 1962 came the role that defined her career, Jane Hathaway on the Beverly Hillbillies. Miss Jane wasn't flashy. She wasn't romanticized. She was intelligent, efficient, and emotionally contained, often the only sane person in a chaotic world. Nancy's performance earned her a Primetime Emmy nomination in 1967 and made her a household name. But success came with a cost. Hollywood saw her as Miss Jane, tall, serious, sharp-voiced. Leading roles never followed. When the show ended in 1971, the industry struggled to see beyond the characters she had perfected. She continued working, appearing on Sanford and Son, Fantasy Island, and The Aristocats, where she voiced the spirited poodle Frou Frou. But the ceiling remained. In 1984, at age 62, Nancy made a bold move. She ran for the U.S. House of Representatives as a Democrat in Pennsylvania's 9th District. To her, politics wasn't about fame, it was about service. She campaigned on education, environmental protection, and healthcare reform. And that's when Buddy Ebsen publicly endorsed her opponent. The radio ads played thousands of times. The damage was done. Nancy lost the election. She refused bitterness. Years later, when Ebsen apologized, she accepted. Nancy never remarried after her early divorce. Speculation surrounded her private life, but she handled it with wit and dignity. She later taught theater at Uniata College, shaping young performers, not through fame, but through discipline and thought. In 1990, she was diagnosed with cancer. On February 3, 1991, she passed away quietly in Palm Desert, California. Nancy Kulp's legacy isn't built on leading roles or glamorous headlines. It's built on something rarer, integrity. She showed that intelligence is strength, that restraint can carry depth, that dignity doesn't require the spotlight. So the next time you watch Miss Jane carefully restore order in a chaotic mansion, remember, behind that dry humor stood a woman who survived war, industry politics, public betrayal, and private loneliness without losing herself. What do you remember most about Nancy Kulp? Share your thoughts below. And if you value stories that go beyond fame and reveal the truth behind the spotlight, subscribe to Star Memories, where legends are remembered not just for their roles, but for the lives they truly lived.